Mayor, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for May 19th, 2011, at 8 p.m. to order. On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Here.
Castiglia.
Here.
Conboy.
Here.
Councilman Shawinski is on vacation. Councilman Work. Here. Fonsino.
Here.
Mayor Mola.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Will everyone please rise for a prayer and flag salute? You have the sound on? Okay. Oh God, our Father, we ask you to bless our meeting with we trust to your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts and plant therein a keen sense of justice and a greater love for you and our neighbor. Guide us in our deliberations so our decisions will always please you and bring peace and happiness to our community. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Keith? Where the heck are I? Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey requires the commencement of each meeting is stated by the presiding officer, now therefore be advised that the meeting requirements of this meeting have been met by publishing an annual notice in the Record and the Herald News and the Record of Hackensack and the Herald News of Woodland Park, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk as well as in a public place within the municipal building and by notifying interested citizens. Notice was posted on January 1, 2011.
Mayor, this evening we have a presentation to Officer Michael Prelick. I see the members of the Elmwood Park Police Department.
Why don't we do the minutes?
Sure. Approval of minutes for the regular meeting of May 5th, 2011, and the executive session meeting of May 12th, 2011.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Boncino, second. By Mr. Castiglia. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Yes.
Castiglia.
Yes.
Conboy.
Yes.
Shawinski is absent. Work.
Yes.
Fonsino.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm very privileged to honor one of our police officers. We have a certificate that I'm giving to Officer Michael Prelick. It indicates that Mr. Officer Prelick, for his outstanding record with the most DWI, driving while intoxicated, arrests in Bergen County. He had 55 in 2010. That is the second highest in the state of New Jersey. And I'm very pleased with that comment and with that situation with Officer Prelick, because quite frankly, I think that's one of the worst things that can happen is to have somebody drive while intoxicated, and I understand that many of these people are way over the limit, so that there's no question about it. As a matter of fact, we have our police chief in the audience, and he was out with a DWI committee, and his car was struck. Maybe you read that in the paper. Now, from what I understand from our police chief, when they finally caught the fellow who hit the car and then tried to drive away, he had beer in the container alongside the seat. So he was really drinking while driving. So, Officer Prelick, if you could come up, I would like to present you with this award and say thank you and congratulations. Won't you come? We can do it right here. Where do you want to start? It's in the middle. I guess you do it here, so this way we go focus. Okay. All right. I read the certificate before, so. Now, one of the things I would like to say in relation to Officer Pralick's record of these drunken driving arrests is that a few years ago, Elmwood Park was very concerned about drunk driving, and we passed an ordinance reducing the number of hours that a tavern, a restaurant, any place that serves liquor can stay open. It's now 1 o'clock. It used to be 2 o'clock in the morning. It's been reduced to 1 o'clock in Elmwood Park. These arrests that are taking place, the majority of them, are either on Route 4 or Route 46. These are people coming from other communities through Elmwood Park, can do the same damage to anybody they hit with an automobile or a child or an adult walking. So we're trying to do our part in Elmwood Park by having the laws followed here, reduce the number of hours our taverns can stay open, and we really appreciate all the police officers that are here who work on the stops for drunk driving. It's working. I think it is. Although we're catching more people, from what I understand, more people are saying they don't want to go through Elmwood Park if they've been to a tavern before. So that is good news for everybody here in Elmwood Park. And Officer Pralick, Police Chief, Deputy Chief, gentlemen, thank you very much. We sincerely appreciate it. Do you want to say something, Officer Pralick?
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you recognizing that. It's a department effort. You know, this is singled out, but it is a department.
You have to go to the microphone.
You don't have to breathe into it, though.
I just want to thank the mayor and the council, all my bosses, the chief, the deputy chief, all the captains, everybody. It's a department effort. It's not a...
Mayor, this evening under ordinances on second reading, we have Resolution 136-11, introduce ordinance 11-08 on second reading. Whereas public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled a bond ordinance to authorize the 2011 road resurfacing program by and for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $570,000 to pay the cost thereof and to make a down payment to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. And whereas said ordinance was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, May 5th, 2011, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given the opportunity to be heard concerning same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled a bond ordinance to authorize the 2011 road resurfacing program in, by, and for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $570,000 to pay the cost thereof and to make a down payment to authorize the issuance of bond to finance such appropriation and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. Pass on final reading. Mayor will need a motion to open to the public.
May I have a motion to open the public?
So moved.
Mr. Voncino, second.
Second.
Mr. Work, any discussion? I see no one in the audience to want to ask any questions, so I'll close the public portion of the meeting and
Need a motion to adopt.
motion to adopt.
So moved.
Mr. Voncino, Mr. Castiglia, any discussion? Ladies and gentlemen, this, before I continue, the sound is okay? Someone told me it was bad in the last meeting, but it's okay now. Okay. And gentlemen on the council, if you would speak into the microphone just to make sure. This bond ordinance is to repair a variety of roads in Elmwood Park. It's not just one district we're trying to hit. We're trying to do something in each area so that people in town, all over town, can see that we're trying to work at it. We had a very bad year this year with the snow. We had a lot of potholes, which they're still fixing. And this effort to repair some intersections, et cetera, and some main roads will help us along to keep our streets well manicured, if we can use that word. Call a roll, please.
On roll call, council members Katamani.
Yes.
Castiglia.
Yes.
Conboy.
Yes.
Chewinski is absent. Work.
Yes.
Poncino.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening, under the consent agenda, we have Resolution 137-11, payment of bills, Resolution 138-11, confirmation of checks, Resolution 139-11, confirmation of payroll, Resolution 140-11, redeem third-party tax lien U.S. Bank, Resolution 141-11, refund overpayment of taxes due to the appeal of the New Jersey Tax Court, Charles V. Bonin, Esquire, Attorney Trust Account. Resolution 142-11, authorize Mayor Richard A. Mola to sign the New Jersey Department of Transportation Environmental Protection application of the Riverfront Residential LLC Treatment Works approval for sanitary sewer extension. Resolution 143-11, refund recreation for the after-school program to Anna Gamarra. Resolution 144-11, approve David Kirshner, employee of the Department of Public Works, retirement and compensation payments. Resolution 145-11, authorized to execute a stipulation of settlement, Susan Wagner and Jeffrey Rester. Resolution 146-11, authorized to execute a stipulation of settlement for the estate of Hillman. Resolution 147-11, authorized to execute agreement between the State of New Jersey and the Department of Transportation and the Borough of Elmwood Park. And Resolution 148-11, appoint temporary employee in the Building Department, Michael O'Connell. And Mayor, with regard to Resolution 148, that is for a 30-day period based on an employee being out on a medical leave.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Castiglia, second.
Second.
Mr. Work, discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members: Catamagna,
Yes.
Castiglia,
Yes.
Conboy,
Yes.
Kawinski is absent. Work,
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 149-11, whereas on June 3rd, 2011, the Borough of Elmwood Park Police Department will participate in the first ever Bergen County Chief for a Day initiative. Whereas the members of the Elmwood Park Police Department play an integral role in the safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of the Borough of Elmwood Park. And whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the duties and responsibilities of law enforcement in their community. And whereas, as an honorary chief for the day, Justin Leader, and honorary deputy chief for a day, Jason Leader, will learn about the inner workings of law enforcement and explore the important work that the Elmwood Park police officers face on a daily basis. Whereas it is fitting and proper that the Borough of Elmwood Park, along with our community, observe June 3rd as Justin Leader and Jason Leader Appreciation Day to honor them for their interest in law enforcement. Now therefore be it resolved, Mayor Richard A. Mola and the Borough Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park, on behalf of its citizens, do hereby proclaim June 3rd, 2011 as Justin and Jason Leader Appreciation Day.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Boncino, second.
Second.
Everybody, pick a choice. Mr. Castiglia? Any discussion? Ladies and gentlemen, these two boys, young boys, have a very serious illness, and there's been some documentation in the various newspapers about them. They're two nice young men, nice young boys, excuse me, and they're having a Chief for a Day so that they can find out what's happening in Elmwood Park and our police department, and I know they're going to get a real joy out of that particular day with them. So we're pleased and honored that we can work with the county police in participating in this Chief for a Day program that's being instituted here in Bergen County and in Elmwood Park. Call the roll, please.
Council members: Catamagna,
Yes.
Castiglia,
Yes.
Conboy,
Yes.
Kawinski is absent. Work,
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening under applications, we have the St. Leo's Church application for 50/50 raffle and St. Leo's Church application for games of chance.
Motion to grant those raffles and games of chance.
So moved.
Mr. Boncino, second. Mr. Conboy, or Work?
Conboy.
Conboy, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Close, so ordered.
And Mayor, departmental reports, we have the Department of Public Works.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Conboy, second.
Second.
Mr. Castiglia, discussion, all in favor? Opposed, so ordered. Committee reports, Mr. Catamagna?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Mayor, I have nothing to report tonight, it's progress, but one thing I want to ask you, if you do me a favor, to replace me with somebody else to be the liaison to the Board of Education. I don't want to fall into a situation, perhaps, I may say a word, there may be a conflict of
Okay.
interest.
We can discuss
So I
that.
appreciate if you can do that. Thank you.
Mr. Castiglia?
Yes, Mayor, not too much.
Speak into the microphones,
Okay.
please.
On the planning board, the only application we had this month was New Jersey Transit came in. It wasn't actually an application, it's more of a courtesy from them to come in and tell us that they're changing a billboard over by the railroad tracks on Broadway. It's not the kind of application we can approve or deny. Like I said, it's just a courtesy. They came in, they're taking down 3 billboards, and they're going to be putting up 1 larger one. So it was nice, you know, for them to come in and tell us about it. And also, let's see, we were down to the firehouse last week. Richie's not here, I don't know if he was going to mention it. For Ken Adamo, I was down there with the mayor and a couple other councilmen. They put a plaque on the outside wall of the fireplace. It's a fitting tribute to someone that was a dedicated individual of the community. It was a nice ceremony. Let's see what else I got here. All right. I'm sure the mayor's going to talk more about the community development grant. We did get some money from them, which was kind of a surprise. It's a good thing. The way things were going, it looked like there wasn't much money around, but we did okay. He'll talk about it. And one other thing, don't forget Memorial Day. The parade, get out there, you know, veterans, get out there and honor our veterans. Watch the parade go past. It kicks off about 11:45 in the morning, I believe, on Memorial Day. And I'll see you there. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Wirt?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Once again, the Elmwood Park Health Department will be continuing to offer the free adult consultation and child health clinics to the residents of Elmwood Park. The next adult consultation clinic will be held on June 21st, which is Tuesday morning, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the private clinic room in the municipal building. The next child health care clinic will be held on June 2nd, which will be Thursday morning from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. The adult health care clinic is no appointment is required, and you can walk in. Residents are welcomed. And the child health care clinic is by appointment only. So please call the Elmwood Park Board of Health at 201-796-1457, extension 604, to set up your appointment. The Elmwood Park continues to offer the free vaccines from the AAR program at no charge. That will be held during the next adult consultation clinic, which would be June 21st. The Elmwood Park Health Department also held the CMAC blood testing clinic this past Tuesday, and did have 66 residents stop by to get their blood tested. Also, they sponsored a free rabies clinic yesterday, and despite the rain, they still had 42 residents to get their dogs the free rabies shots, along with getting their dogs and cats licensed. And the next homeowners meeting will be held on May 25th, the last Wednesday of the month, in the all-purpose room. And I know they usually have a guest speaker, but I have not been told who that would be. And one last statement is the mayor and council is very close with the sharing service of the Board of Health Department, hopefully with Saddle, but we're waiting to hear from them. And the Board of Health, we really have 2 people that are working in the Board of Health, Debbie Ritchie and Michelle Grassolino, and they're both doing a fantastic job. So I just want to, commend them, and I also want to congratulate Officer Mike Pellick on the job well done, and also the entire Elmwood Park Police Department, as they're doing a great job keeping these impaired drivers off the road. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Conboy?
Thank you, Mayor. I, too, would like to congratulate the Elmwood Park Police Department, Chief Gasolino and all of his guys down there, and Officer Mike Prelick for everything that he's done to keep our highways safe, all the residents here in Elmwood Park. So, again, thanks to all of them, and congratulations to Mike. I'd also like to congratulate the Elmwood Park Girls Softball League and Elmwood Park Little League. I had mentioned before, so as Councilman Work, they had a great fundraiser, a joint fundraiser, 2 groups working together, a great turnout from the community. It was held at the American Legion. It was a great turnout. It was full, nice beefsteak, nice, a lot of good money was raised for both of those organizations. And I want to just tip my hat. It was a great night, a good, funny night. The comedian was excellent, and it was very good. So congratulations to both those organizations. Keep doing all the great work that you guys do for our children. A couple of updates on some things. Right now, we've slightly, I don't want to say we've put the finances behind us, because they're always right in front of us, so they're never behind us. But we are wrapping that all up, as I've reported on that before. So you'll all be getting your tax bills soon, so hopefully you feel we've done a satisfying job only a $16.75 increase per quarter, and I think that was a fantastic job done by the entire mayor and council. So a couple updates, been kind of a little knee-deep a little bit in recreation lately, unfortunately. I want to report on a couple of updates on a few things. Our bus will be arriving on June 1st. It is already scheduled to be painted. It will be painted white with some nice green lettering on the side. And they're going to, right now, our recreation director, Ms. Puglisi, and her staff are putting together a little contest with the children of the community, where the winning children who win their contest, whatever that contest theme will be, will get to put their handprints along the side of the bus, and that will stay on there. It'll be kind of cute. So everybody could enjoy that part of the new bus. It's also scheduled for full maintenance and detailing, so it'll be rolling down the street near you soon, after June 1st. We are also moving very close. Recently, some decisions were made by our school district regarding the flyers we normally would send home through the backpack. So to make some alternative ways to ensure that our children and their parents are getting all the knowledge, all the updates on all the upcoming programs that we have available. We are very close now. We're in the final stages of purchasing a digital community board outside. It would be somewhere on the recreation property down by the boulevard and Market Street to help let all the residents know what's coming and so forth. Right now we're just waiting for final sign-offs from, we want to make sure everything, all our ducks are in a row from our DPW, our engineering, and all other concerns. We're also working with our law enforcement regarding traffic. We want to make sure the sign is in a good spot, in a good location, so that will be coming very soon. I also would like to mention on a few notes, a few flyers. I'm not going to hold up the Spring Fling flyer. This was held this past week on Tuesday. I just want to report it was a great evening. Over 150 people attended, seniors from all throughout the town and surrounding towns. And they had a really nice time. Peter Lieberman provided the music, and they had a lot of fun. I also want to remind parents on a couple of other issues on our summer camp program, our summer soccer camp that we're going to be having. This is for ages 6 to 12 at the rec, starting in mid-August. You can, in case you don't see this flyer and get it home in the backpack, you can also go right online and go to register.communitypass.net/Elmwood Park. Again, that's register.communitypass.net/Elmwood Park. And this is that new system that we had in place now for over a year, where you can register right online in your own home and not have to come down to the recreation. So don't forget to get your child in on that. Also just want to remind everybody else again about soccer registration for the fall 2011 is up and underway. So please don't forget to get involved in that. Eventually the rain will go away, hopefully, and the warmer weather will come. Don't forget, let's all get wet over at the Spray Park. We have a really great year set up for that. Don't forget now, you'll be able to buy a day pass on the weekends right there at the Spray grounds. If you don't get a chance to get to the rec, you'll be able to right there on the spot. And of course, I am going to spend some time here a little bit talking about our wonderful, over a 25-year history of an extremely successful summer camp program that we've been doing here at Elmwood Park. This started out from an idea from our own staff that are still on staff, very dear to them. And this is going very great. Registration is going very well. Parents, please don't forget, you will not get this in your backpack. Our school district has decided not to give you this. So please, this will not be in your backpack. You will be able to get it again. If you remember, I mentioned 2 weeks ago, it was in the community news. We paid for a special insert. Next week, next Wednesday, in the community news, that's on Wednesday, 5/25. This will again be inserted into the community news in the Elmwood Park run for the town. So please, folks, pay close attention for this. Again, if you don't get the flyer, you can go, as I mentioned, to register.communitypass.net/Elmwood Park to get this information regarding summer camp. And, regarding summer camp, folks, you may already be beginning to hear a lot of different discussions that are going on around town. I've already received a numerous number of calls from parents or that I've run into in the community. I believe some of the other councilmen have been stopped and asked some questions. What's going on? We're hearing some grumblings and so forth. Our school district has decided to run their own summer camp. We did try to have a meeting with them. We were trying to hope that would be a successful meeting. It was not. I'm very disappointed by a number of things that happened at that meeting. Also, I'm also very disappointed by some of the comments that were made by our school officials. I won't get into those right now at this moment, but I am very still disappointed by that meeting. As you can see, it's still bothering me a couple of weeks later. We're trying to create a great community here. I keep hearing the words community, continuity, let's work together. I don't see very much of that when it comes to this particular part of our community. We have a wonderful recreation program. I will tell you that we're going to start looking into building a new school on borough property. We think we do a great job educating. Of course, I'm being a little sarcastic here, folks. We're not looking to do that at all. We run recreation. We've always had a great recreation program. From Rich DeMoro, who was here for well over 30 years, correct, Mayor? He started many of the great programs that still run today. We spent a lot of long hours, some of the members that are still here on council, to find a successor to that. It took us a little trial and error, but we have a great lady named Miss Donna Pugliese who's trying to make the recreation fair for everybody. And when you have to compete now with your own school district, who should, at the end of the day, I'm going to make a plea to all the Board of Ed members, even the new ones that are, two of them have been reelected, but even the new member of the board, focus on education. We don't sit here and judge our education system. Like I said, I think we have a great recreation program. When we had the meeting with the school district, a few things we learned that was new to us. Right now in our middle school, out of 800 students, about 20% of them are currently not passing. That now is forcing the district to have to put together a summer remedial program. That's 20%. We also learned that one of our schools may need some major construction. This is after a $42 million referendum only a few years ago, which will be paying an additional $2 million on that, I believe into the year 2025 or through 27. I think they should focus on education. They've just let go, I believe, about 20 teachers, and also one of the best-known coaches around in the area that has one of the best winning programs on average, who ran our basketball program, got his 100 wins. He's no longer on staff. So we're losing teachers. They cut out an Italian teacher at the middle school, as Councilman Cavanagna told us. And with all this, they could take on recreation. They want to take on recreation. It's also a smokescreen, in my opinion. They can take on football now. Obviously, they must have some money to do all this. I think they should just focus on what they're supposed to be doing. Let's keep educating those wonderful children that you've been entrusted to. That is what you've been hired for. That is what you have an agreement to do. Parents are coming up to me, again, can't speak for the rest of the council, asking why are they looking to do recreation? Why are they looking to do this? Why are they looking to tear our kids apart? And I don't have any answers. Hopefully our district and their administration and our Board of Ed members will do the right thing in the end and focus on what they've been entrusted to do. They have a big budget. It got passed this year. They did a great job in getting there. Focus on that. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Boncino.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. I'd like to start again by congratulating and thanking Officer Mike Prelick, being first in Bergen County and second in the state of New Jersey in terms of DWIRS is a testament to his hard work and our police department's hard work. It takes a lot of effort on a lot of people's part. Mayor Mola alluded to an article in the paper this week regarding an incident at one of our checkpoints where Chief Ingrassalino and Lieutenant Thorpe were approaching the checkpoint and their vehicle was struck by a person operating his vehicle under the influence of alcohol. Fortunately, it could have been much more serious. It wasn't, only minor injuries, and that night we made 9 DWI arrests. So again, congratulations to our police department. Our Elmo Park Volunteer Ambulance Corps is having their car show this Sunday, May 22nd at 10 a.m. in the Kmart parking lot. Please come out and support our ambulance corps. In the state of New Jersey, I believe it's a requirement to yield to pedestrians in a crosswalk. Unfortunately, I don't think everybody got the message in the state because it could be very dicey crossing a street without controls. This week, they're installing for our borough residents that commute New Jersey Transit at the train on Broadway, they have installed crossing lights in that crosswalk. That's a particularly dangerous intersection because the cars move at quite a rate of speed as they go from one traffic light to another. These lights should definitely improve that situation there, so look out for them to become operational in the near future. And finally, we're in the midst of college commencement season. There's been a number of articles regarding local college commencements. I just want to extend congratulations to any of our borough residents who have reached that milestone. Wish them best of luck for a bright and successful future.
Thank you. If I can comment on one of the items you just indicated, Mr. Stiglia mentioned that we had people from the Department of Transportation come in for a billboard that they're putting up, and I complained about that particular area, that they were supposed to put those lights in to make it easier for the people to cross the highway, Route 4, and go to the parking lot, which is on the opposite side of the highway. We were told that was going to be done last September. I was told it was going to be done in January, and I brought it up to the people who were here. They said they would contact the proper individuals, and maybe it made some sense, and I hope that it will be done. We just keep waiting and waiting and waiting. So thank you very much, Mr. Boncino. In relation to Mr. Conboy's, Councilman Conboy's terms, and his comments concerning the Board of Education on a second summer recreation program, I have to agree with him 100% on that. We're starting a program. We've had it all the years, and if they're going to have an academic program, I was a guidance counselor and a history teacher for 39 years, so I'm in favor of academics. If kids aren't producing, they should go to summer school and do the extra work, or they should be given more help during the school year. But I know sometimes that isn't always possible. Mr. Conboy, check me if I'm wrong. If anybody's in that summer academic program, they can come down to our program at half the price.
Yep.
So we can keep our recreation program going, full staff, and they can come down and enjoy the spray ground and everything else, right, at Borough Field, and we don't have to have two summer recreation programs. And I'm concerned that if at any point in time the school budget is defeated, if we allowed the school, the Board of Education to take over our recreation program, if the budget was ever defeated, I would hate to see them cut out the recreation, and town would have none.
Yep.
And that's something that concerns me. My office also is involved with the scheduling of collection of TVs recycling. And we've been getting a lot of calls concerning the white goods. These are large appliances like stoves, refrigerators, freezers, washers, dryers, air conditioners, things of that nature. If you want to put those out, the garbage collector will not take them. You have to call my office or call this number, or my office, same young lady's going to pick it up. The recycling number is 201-796-1457, and that's extension 223, or just call up my office, which is area code 201-796-1833. There's two other things that are being picked up that you have to call for. It's new this year. It's all in the Waste Watchers book, so I'm not giving you anything that's new. Computers and TVs. If you put them out for the garbage collection, they're not going to take them. They'll sit out there. And I've been driving around, walking around as I usually do, and I have to call in because some of these things are out there 2 or 3 weeks and nobody's picking them up. Just call in. It's not going to cost you anything. Just call into these phone numbers, and we'll have somebody, our recycling fellow, come in and pick those items up. Good announcement for the council. I failed to mention at the work meeting. The CD development, community development, has given us approximately $205,000 to continue to fix Kip Avenue, put a pipe in for water pressure, and then repave the road. So we asked for about 300,000. We got 200,000, which was a lot more than some of the other communities received. There's been a major, I think it was 16% of the community development money, which is state money that goes to the county, that goes to the various districts that community development is divided up into. I understand it's been cut about 16%. So we're pleased that we were able to get this kind of money, and we'll continue to do that. Another item is I have a letter here from Terms. It's an environmental service, which tells us that we can demolish, raise the building called Cinco Paint, which is across the street from Fire Company Number 4, located on the boulevard next to the railroad tracks. This building is just opposite the railroad tracks, opposite Fire Company Number 4. It's been there for years. It hasn't been used for years. It's been a pain in the neck for years, and because of the environmental problem that's there, it's contamination, etc. This letter will allow us to take the building down. We don't want to do anything with concrete and paving it, so we'll use crushed stone. But I've already been contacted by Chrysler Industries, which is the business right opposite that building, or alongside it, not opposite. They would like to use it for more parking. They have another federal grant, federal project that they've been given, so they're going to need more people into the program. This will allow us to rent the space, which they already rent from us. It'll allow us to add a few more parking spaces for them until we find out what's happening with the monorail, the light rail that's going through there. And secondly, gentlemen of the council, I just want to inform you, and we'll bring it up at the work meeting, that the BCUA, Bergen County Utilities Authority, is authorizing a town-wide shredding event. If you have any paper, anything that you want shredded, it'll be a town-wide shredding event only for residential, not businesses, and it will take place here, probably down at the DPW yard. It's not going to cost us anything to have them come down. We may have to pay one of our DPW people 4 hours on a Saturday to help out residents who want to have whatever they want shredded, and that will be either the last week in September or the first week in October, and we'll give you more information on that. And lastly, I'm going to suggest that this council pass a resolution at the next meeting so that we're on record with the county. If you've driven River Road coming from Garfield to Elmwood Park, you see the road goes from 4 lanes to 2 lanes. You can actually see how it curves in now. And that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a bottleneck. I know we've already contacted the county, asking them to do something about making that 4 lanes under the area of the parkway. But I think it would behoove us as a council to send a resolution from this council notifying the county that this is going to be a problem. It's their road, and they should see what they can do. They're going to see it's a problem. There's no question about it. Because once you pass the Parkway underpass, it goes back into 4 lanes again. So it's got to be a bottleneck. It's got to be. All right. So that is my report. So you have the $205,000 knocking down a building that's been there for years. By the way, let me just comment. The council knows this. If you go up on Main Street toward the railroad tracks, used to be a building there that was a warehouse. They had environmental problems. It took us years to get the state to come in. That building has been torn down. It's wide open now, and unfortunately it'll be significant time before they remediate the problem that's there. And once that's done, whenever that happens with the state, we can then either rent that property out, sell it, and do whatever, and maybe get some more ratables in on that. The shredding, keep that in mind, and River Road, and thank you for commenting, Mr. Boncino, about Route 4 and the lights that are going there. We'll see how it works out. All right? I'm going to open it to the public. Is there anyone in the public who wishes to be heard? No one wishes to be heard. I'd like to close the public portion of the meeting. We can sit around and talk, or we can adjourn the meeting. Any comments from our attorney?
No, thank you.
Okay. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Boncino, second.
Second.
By Mr. Castiglia. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for the one person who's in our meeting this evening.
Frank, don't take off yet.